In the quiet village of Eldenwood, nestled deep within the forest, life moved slowly, untouched by the outside world. The villagers were friendly, but there was always an undercurrent of mystery, especially about the old, abandoned mansion at the edge of town. It was said that the mansion was cursed, but no one knew for sure. The story went that many years ago, a wealthy family had vanished from their home, leaving everything behind. To this day, no one dared to go near it, yet that didn't deter curious souls, and rumors of strange noises and flickering lights persisted. One moonlit night, a young woman named Eliza, with a daring spirit and an insatiable curiosity, arrived in Eldenwood. She had heard the stories and decided she would uncover the truth. She was known for her bravery and resourcefulness, and the idea of unraveling a mystery fascinated her. Eliza rented a small cottage from Mrs. Fenton, the village's only landlady. As she settled in, she heard the same old tales about the mansion and the family that once lived there. The locals warned her to stay away, but she only grew more determined. That night, with the moon high and full, Eliza made her way to the mansion. The mansion stood in eerie silence. The once grandiose building now appeared to be a mere skeleton of its former self. The gate creaked as she pushed it open, and the gravel path crunched beneath her feet. The front door, surprisingly unlocked, yielded to her touch, swinging open with a groan. Inside, the air was thick with dust and a musty smell. Moonlight streamed through broken windows, casting ghostly shadows on the walls. Eliza's flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing faded wallpaper and cobwebs. She moved cautiously, each step echoing in the emptiness. In the grand hall, a large, ornate mirror stood against the wall. Eliza noticed something odd. The reflection in the mirror seemed to shimmer. As she approached, the reflection showed a different room, one that did not match her surroundings. Her heart raced as she wondered if this was a trick of the light or something more sinister. She continued her exploration, finding old furniture covered in white sheets, as though waiting for someone to return. As she moved through the mansion, she heard faint, distant whispers that seemed to follow her. She turned sharply, but no one was there. The whispers grew louder and more urgent, echoing through the empty halls. Eliza reached the staircase and hesitated for a moment. The whispers were now a cacophony of disjointed voices, growing louder with each step. With a deep breath, she ascended the stairs, her flashlight casting jittery shadows on the walls. The first floor was barren, but the second floor held an old library. The library was cluttered with dusty books and yellowed papers. Eliza scanned the room, her attention drawn to a large, leather-bound book on a pedestal in the center of the room. Its cover was intricately designed with symbols she didn't recognize. Her fingers trembled as she reached for it, but before she could touch it, the lights flickered and went out. In the darkness, the whispers grew into frantic murmurs. Eliza's flashlight struggled against the shadows. She felt a chill run down her spine as the temperature in the room dropped. She quickly tried to relight the flashlight, her hands shaking. The light flickered back on, revealing that the book had opened itself to a page with strange, indecipherable writing. Eliza's eyes were drawn to a peculiar detail. A small, handwritten note tucked within the book. It read, "Find the truth before the clock strikes 12." Her heart pounded. She glanced at the old grandfather clock in the corner, its pendulum swinging steadily, the seconds ticking away. Desperate to uncover the mystery, Eliza rifled through the library's shelves. Her search yielded nothing but old, irrelevant volumes. As the clock's hands inched closer to midnight, Eliza felt a growing sense of urgency. She realized that the note's message was more than a warning. It was a challenge. Suddenly, the room grew eerily silent. The whispers ceased, and the shadows seemed to deepen. Eliza's flashlight revealed an old, dust-covered painting on the wall. It depicted the mansion in its former glory, but something in the painting caught her eye. A hidden door behind a bookshelf. With trembling hands, Eliza moved the books, revealing a small, hidden passage. She entered the passage, which led to a narrow staircase spiraling downwards. The air was damp and cold. As she descended, she could hear her own heartbeat echoing in the silence. The stairs ended in a dimly lit chamber. In the center of the room was an ornate chest. Eliza approached it with caution, her breath coming in short, nervous bursts. The chest was locked, but a key hung on a chain around her neck. A key she had found earlier in the mansion. With a trembling hand, Eliza unlocked the chest. Inside was an old journal, its pages filled with handwritten notes. As she read, she discovered that the mansion had been built on land with a dark history. The family that had lived there had been involved in forbidden practices, trying to summon a powerful entity. Their experiments had gone awry, resulting in their disappearance. The final entry in the journal revealed that the family had hidden a powerful artifact beneath the mansion to prevent its misuse. It was this artifact that had caused the strange occurrences and whispers. The artifact was said to be a powerful amulet, capable of controlling dark forces. Eliza's discovery was interrupted by a loud bang. The chamber's walls began to tremble. She quickly grabbed the journal and fled up the stairs. The mansion seemed to come alive, groaning and creaking as she raced back to the library. The clock struck midnight as Eliza burst through the library door. The mansion's eerie calm was replaced by a violent whirlwind of shadows and gusts of wind. The whispers turned into a deafening roar. Eliza struggled to maintain her footing as she raced back to the entrance. She made it outside just as the mansion's front door slammed shut behind her. The moonlight illuminated the scene, revealing that the mansion had stopped its eerie rumblings and the shadows had retreated. The front gate, which had creaked open before, now stood firmly shut. Eliza stood outside, breathless and shaken. She clutched the journal tightly, realizing that she had narrowly escaped the mansion's dark secret. As she looked back at the mansion, she could see the shadows that once seemed menacing now settling back into stillness. It was as if the mansion had returned to its dormant state, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover its secrets. The following morning, the villagers noticed a change in Eliza. She was quieter, more contemplative. She decided to leave Eldenwood, but not before sharing her findings with the village elders. They were astonished but grateful, as the truth had finally been uncovered. Eliza left Eldenwood with a sense of accomplishment, but also with a deep respect for the unknown. She had ventured into the heart of darkness and come out victorious, but she knew that some mysteries were best left undisturbed. The mansion remained, a silent sentinel, guarding its secrets until the next brave soul dared to enter its shadowed halls. And so, the tale of the mansion and Eliza's night of suspense became another chapter in the village's folklore. A reminder of the thin line between curiosity and danger, and the mysteries that lie just beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered under the moonlight. The moral is that curiosity can illuminate the darkest corners of our world, but true wisdom lies in knowing when to seek knowledge and when to step back, allowing the mysteries of life to remain untouched. If you enjoyed this story and found it interesting, please like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. Your engagement helps us create more content that resonates with you and our community. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and never stop exploring.